Sunday, as many smash burgers as we can eat in a short period of time. 3 epic days. Weather is glorious. What more can you ask for at the famous Cattleman'S Steakhouse?
Off you go. Go, lads.
Right, ladies and gents, this was the final day of 3 epic days of challenges at Cattleman'S. Concluded with a slider challenge. We had a fantastic lineup. Obviously, I've got Max next to me, I've got JJ, had Dorsey, had Tunny, had Joel Hansen in lineup as well, and some other locals that were part of the festivities. A fantastic challenge. Like I said, final day. As soon as this happened, I had to race off and go and catch a train. As you can see in front of us, the Cattleman's staff are filming this for the socials, so there's so much going on. A real mix of obviously people, locals, and people that travelled so far to come and see this. So I realised that this might not be everyone's cup of tea, as we say in the UK. It might not appeal to everybody, but it's a food challenge nonetheless, and obviously it's a contest. Contests are slightly different than restaurant challenges. The emphasis tends to be on speed and trying to get it down as quickly as possible. Now, they're not going to be as clean as possible all the time, but it's what you need to do to get the job done. I think I'm starting to slow down. You can see we've got quite a few liquids in front of us to try and help us. Oh, there's JJ decides to stand up now. Let's see if that works for him. You can obviously see a variety of eaters. Some of us have chosen to stand up so that it allows more room in the stomach, or hopefully the stomach's slightly extended. Some people have decided to sit down, similar to what most people do in a restaurant challenge. So obviously we can see that we've got the tray of sliders in front of us. Beef patty to small burger buns, and yeah, we're trying to get this down as quickly as possible. For some reason, I've got this technique that when I'm eating, I do a little dance movement. I think hopefully in the aim to try and get the food down as quickly as possible. Doesn't necessarily work. So I think on this actual tray, there were about 20 sliders. There were 20 sliders, and once you finish those, if you reached the 20 within the 10 minutes, you then got some more. Let's see how we all get on. Of course, being next to Max and obviously Joel Hansen, it definitely spurs you on. Some amazing eaters obviously in the lineup, as you can see. Everyone just going for it. 10 minutes is actually quite a long time to take on like all those sliders. You can see Jess from Cattleman's here, obviously filming for the socials. Now on this particular evening, there was a torrential downpour in Paignton and across Devon. We struggled to get back home, and it took longer than expected. Train lines were down, so not only were we taking down burgers, the train lines had been taken down and we nearly didn't get back home. Luckily, it just took that bit longer, but we made it back home. I mean, there's definitely flavour fatigue, definitely making use of the tomato sauce. We're making sure that we can get down these down as quickly as possible. So like most of my challenges, if they take too long, you start questioning things, you question life choices. I think we all question our life choices with these slider challenges in front of us. As you can see, there's a vast array of amazing eaters in front of us as well. So I can sense that I'm not where I want to be. I'm trying to get this down as quickly as possible. But with an amazing array of eaters in front of me, I'm quite far behind. There's obviously like tips and tricks that I need to work on and improve, like to try and even get up to any level here. So I changed my strategy slightly. Rather than just attempting to take down the whole slider, I was working on taking down the actual burger patty. Then as the buns were slightly softer, then I worked on taking them down circularly. Similar to what people do for things like Nathan's hot dog challenge, where they take down the actual hot dog and then the buns themselves. But I guess the only slightly different thing to Nathan's is you're not allowed to dip the buns in the water, so that was a specific request by Gary. So we were allowed to dip it in any sauces such as ketchup here. which I made use of. It's quite evident again, like just how busy it is with people going backwards and forwards, filming for socials. So definitely, if you want to take on challenges and you want an exposure, you'll definitely get exposure if you go down to Cattleman's, probably the mecca of food challenges in the UK. But then people come in from all over the world, as we've seen from Johansson there. You'll see people coming in from all parts of the UK, all parts of the world as well. Also, you can see another the chef bringing in another tray of sliders for people to take down. You really had to be there to experience it, and hopefully this gives you an insight just how crazy some contests can be. We're down to the wire. I think we're quite fatigued, all of us are quite fatigued in terms of how many sliders we've taken down. Definitely a harder contest than you would imagine in 10 minutes to take down now all these sliders. Let's see how we get on for the remainder. So I think my jaw is working overtime here, struggling, really struggling at this point. So there you have it, the end of the contest. Let's see how we go on. Final numbers about to come up. Definitely not the result I expected, but for 3 days out of this world. Great experience. First night, obviously, we had the nugget challenge. Second night, I chose to do the restaurant challenge with the fish and chips. Third night, slider challenge. If you haven't seen the other two things that I did at Cattleman's, please see the link in the description below. So given like we had some amazing eaters in front of us, it was difficult to get up in the top. Unfortunately, I only came 5th. Definitely some tips and tricks that I need to work on, but now I am pointing again. I do love a good point.